Welcome to Come Back Number 2. This is part 2. And I was talking about standing jiu-jitsu and martial arts of old. Alright? Because a lot of people don't understand that standing jiu-jitsu was a thing before Brazilian jiu-jitsu came in. But I left off, I was talking about going to watch the videos of how the Gracies are beating everybody's ass, and how the people, when they are in top mount and side guard with their bodies across you and they're trying to put you in an arm bar, don't use their knees, but they're still in a fetal position, which is perfect position to fire your knees into somebody's ass. You know, because you're on your back, your knees are bent up, you know, and you can do the same thing from when they're straddling you. You can knee them in the fucking back. It doesn't make any sense to me why they never taught me that in the army, but I'm a fighter. So for me, if you're sitting across my chest, I'm kneeing you in the back. Even though in the gym that's not legal. It's not practical. It's not sportsmanlike conduct. In a real fight, though, there is no sportsmanlike conduct. People are going to hit you. They are going to do their best to fucking hurt you. So here we go. Hopefully, I have explained everything great in the first video, and if you're coming to me from Instagram, then you know where to go. Because the thing on the front says Kung Fu Heaven number 2, martial arts of old. So let me explain to you guys a whole ball game of sight and sound and things that go down. As I mentioned many a times that I suck at BJJ. The main reason why I'm making this video is because of a young man who asked me if I ever had BJJ training, and my answer was yes in the army, and I was honest about it. I fucking suck at it. But here's the reality. You will not use BJJ in the streets. Period. I don't give a fuck what anybody tells you. This shit is not for the streets. It is not. It is just like fucking what Wushu has become, what Taekwondo has become, and what Judo has become. It has become a fucking sporting event. Period. You might not like that I said that shit, but someone has to be honest with you and let you know the truth. When you are coming at someone in a BJJ attack, you have to sprawl. You have to reach. You have to grab. The whole point of martial arts is so that people cannot grab or reach you. This is why you are defending yourself. When someone comes in this way, you can push them down. You can roll them around. And for those who are sleeping on Aikido, when someone is coming at you this way, you don't have to do traditional Aikido. You can adapt your shit just like everything else. You can grab them and push them around, and you can lock them and twist them and do everything else that you need to do. But a lot of people don't understand how fights actually work. You understand how a fight works in the dojo. Because in the dojo, you are training and you have rules. Now, rules that you are not allowed to break or you can be kicked the fuck out of the dojo. Rules that you must follow because of good sportsmanship and because you're not there in the first place to hurt other people in your dojo. This doesn't get any more simpler than that. You have to understand how this shit works. When you're living and working in the dojo, you have to understand that you're there to train. You're there to be trained. You are not there to severely injure your training partner or your classmates or whatever the fuck you want to call it. Because then eventually all your classmates are not going to want to spar with you. They're not going to want to have anything to do with you. They're going to like, yeah, we don't want to work with James because James is a douche. We don't want to work with James because he purposely tries to hurt people. We don't want James because he doesn't know what fucking humiliation is. And he's beating everybody's ass in the dojo. And about then, that's when the sensei needs to step in and decide that James needs to get the fuck out the dojo. Here's your refund. Don't ever come back. You understand? And senseis do that. No, I was never kicked out of a dojo for my attitude or any of that shit. I was kicked out of a dojo because I was trying to film a movie and I wanted real martial artists. And the International Black Belt Center pretty much gave me the finger. So to the International Black Belt Center here in Charlottesville, Virginia, this is for you. Yeah. Because I wanted to make a good movie and y'all didn't want to let me put my flyer there to get martial artists. Because it's easier to train a martial artist how to act than it is to teach an actor how to do martial arts. Because if you can't get the actor, even though they look the part, they can't play the part because they can't do the physicality that is required. Even if they're a dancer, it is harder to get that martial artist to not do martial arts. It is hard to get that actor to understand how the principles of martial arts work and how the stunt team is going to make you look exceptionally good. But you still got to be able to protect yourself just in case an accident happens. Where if you're a martial artist, you already have accepted that shit's going to happen on set. Alright? make sure you hit your mark. If you're a stunt team person, you already understand, make sure you hit your mark. You want to make sure that you're on that X. When I throw that, you want to make sure you're on that X so that I don't connect or so that you fall as I get to the place. The camera trick and the cameraman's going to do the rest. Alright? Camera tricks play a very important part in martial art movies. Alright? That's completely irrelevant, and now we're going to get back on the topic at hand, which is about standard jiu-jitsu and Brazilian jiu-jitsu and fighting in general. And when I tell you guys to go watch a video and study how these guys lay on their back and don't defend themselves when they should be while they're getting their arm yoked to fucking hell, then you'll understand where I'm coming from. And this is another reason why I'm going to tell you one more time, if not one more before this video is over, that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not going to work in the streets. Now, it will work on someone who has no fucking idea how to fight. It also will work if it's a one-on-one situation. But when you're fucking getting jumped, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu doesn't really have a lot of tournaments where they teach you how to handle more than one opponent. And if they do, someone send me the video link so that I can watch it. But for the most part, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu belongs in the fucking gym. And that's generally where it stays. Where, like, if you're doing capoeira, capoeira does have people where there's more than two sometimes as they are training you how to fight. Alright? MMA for sure. Most Kung Fu's for sure. Most Karate's for sure. But Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, no. Judo, yes. Aikido, yes. These are all martial arts that does show you how to take on multiple opponents. Now, whether you want to believe the Aikido myth or not, that's on you. But I will tell you that there's very few things in martial arts that you can't pick up and actually use in your arsenal. Now, I do not know Krav Maga. I do not know Salat or whatever the hell the Philippine martial art is. I do know Kempo. I do know how to use short sticks or chobos, depending on what you want to call it. So what you need to understand is that if you're going to use Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, it's best left in the dojo. So I don't want to piss anybody off on that. If you're a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fan, trust me when I tell you, as of recent events of the clip that I posted like 3 or 4 videos back last week, where a young man who was an MMA instructor as well as a BJJ, him and 3 guys got jumped, and the guy's still fighting for his life right now. So trust me when I tell you, you need to be well-rounded. You can't just rely on one fucking martial art. Now, especially if you just have ground game, if you're just a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu specialist, well, please forgive me. Don't get mad. But if you are going to get mad, you have that right. But I'm going to tell you right now, if you're just a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu guy, you're fixing to get your shit fucked up. I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you just like the drill sergeants told us, you're fixing to get your shit fucked up. Alright? Sorry. You ain't got to like it. My dog tags are real. My cat card, everything is real. You're fixing to get your shit fucked up. I understand that shit. You're straight fixing to get your shit fucked up. So, if you're just doing fucking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you better pick up some karate. You better pick up some kung fu. You better pick up some taekwondo. You better pick up some distance fighting. Alright? Because you got to get in for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You have to get in for Wing Chun. But you don't have to get all the way in for Wing Chun as much as you got to get in for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Because when I say that, Wing Chun, you throwing a punch, boom, boom. I done struck you back. Alright? For Kung Fu, if I want to just throw a kick and you throw a punch, I can grab it and put you here, and I can stop it right there. I can stop you at a leg's distance with Kung Fu or Kung Fu, and even with Wushu if we were doing old school Wushu. If I want to do push hands, so you throw a punch, I push and I strike, or I push and I strike. If I want to go crane, if I want to go snake, if I want to go tiger, if I want to go dragon, I have options. You don't when you're doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You have to get me down. That's problem 1 right there that's already problematic. No one's going to let you get them down. If they see you coming, you're not going to get them down because you have to sprawl. Now, a sprawl can lead you to a knee. A sprawl can lead you to an elbow. If I can't stop you with my knee and you've taken it on the chin and you're still coming, this is a street fight. This is not in the gym. So you got me. You're taking me on down. I have an elbow. You have a spinal cord. Guess where I'm going to be hitting you with this elbow? I'm going to lay your spine to rest. Understand that shit. I'm not going to sit here and just let you tackle me without putting up a fight. It's not going to be like wrestling where it's my job to get speared. I'm not gonna do that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you. No one's gonna do that shit. If you're running at me, I have options, and I'm not doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. You're running at me, bam! You run into a front kick. You're running at me, boom! You ran into a side knee. You're running at me, boom! Boom! You ran into a knee and an elbow. I use this side because it works better. So, you have to sprawl with me for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. So when you're sprawling, if I catch you under the belly, I can pick you up and fling you over. Especially if I'm bigger than you. So we don't have to worry about that because everybody's bigger than me. But if I'm not smaller than you, or we're roughly the same size, and you sprawl and you grab me and your head's right here, I can guillotine choke your shit. I can put you in the guillotine. I can grab you under the stomach and I can fall on my back and judo roll you over. And then I can roll over on top of you where I would be in square top guard or whatever, where I'm straddling across your chest. And now we got options. Because I rolled you over, I rolled over on top of you. I'm setting across your chest, so my body's right here. You have your hands. If I place myself properly, I can pin your arms down. And I can sit my knees into your armpits so that you can't move. And I can just go to town on your fucking ass. Because that's what I'm going to do. Understand? When you come in for the sprawl, single leg, double leg, you get the closest chance of possibility of getting kicked in the face. Because you're right there. You're coming there, I got a knee, I can knee in the face, and then I can push you right off with that foot. Because it's a standing martial art. Where if I only know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and you get a full charge or a rhino head of steam at me, I'm going to get fucked up. Because you're going to spear me, and I'm not going to be aware of what to do next. Which means after you get me down and you're going to establish dominance, you're going to make me tap. Not going to lie about it. It's going to happen. You're going to make me tap. Now, if we're in the dojo, I already know that I'm going to probably lose this fucking shit. Because we're probably going to start off with you on top, and I'm going to either be in full guard, where my legs are wrapped around your waist, or you're going to be in top mount, where you're sitting across my chest, and I have to guard up this way. I understand I have enough BJJ experience to know that I fucking suck at it. But I also know how to beat it now. Because sometimes, as that song says, sucking at something is the only way you're going to learn how to get good at it. Well, I'm never going to get good at BJJ. But I ain't never going to be bad at fighting. Because I've been doing it for the bulk of my life. I am 47 years old. I know my way around a fight, and I know how my body works. But more importantly, Kempo has taught me how to control and manipulate everyone else's body. And don't think that pressure points do not work, because they do. Regardless of what everybody else believes, joint manipulation is pressure points. And if you know how to manipulate enough joints, people will yield. When people are making you tap, people will yield. So, I'm going to have to make a third part because somebody's interrupted my video. So this is Kung Fu Havoc number 2. Be seeing you.